With COVID-19, essentially, this is no longer an option. This is kind of a plot that shows the distance traveled changes in mid-March of this year. And as you all experienced it individually, everybody went from sort of relatively normal lives to we're going to be, sort of at home and distance for the most part over time. And this shows literally the difference in daily distance travel. This is in Kings County, New York. Same plot essentially in Wayne County, Michigan. Same plot again in Los Angeles County, California. So in the process of 2 weeks, essentially, we all went virtual. Well, those of us that could went virtual. And everything changed around digital transformation, right? So the post-COVID-19, the answer is digital transformation. Now, what's the question, right? So everybody's out there making changes across the board, partly because of virtualization, and partly because the amount of uncertainty that is involved in predicting sort of what's going on in any aspect of the business, supply chain, customer needs, R&D, is the uncertainties is huge. This is just just one parameter. This is sort of the status of sort of COVID in Texas, for example, as perceived back in May, and look at the forecast and the actuals. I mean, just like the error bars in the forecast are just enormous. And anyone with a model that can help with this kind of uncertainty was immediately celebrated, and the kind of digital transformation that was done on a little bit of a haphazard way before COVID has now become an incredible priority. Great example of this is Moderna. Moderna was built for this. The core of Moderna is basically a software and data platform. They're one system of record essentially for the entire company, one big data lake that holds the data for anything from their sort of clinical data to their financial data to their R&D processes and so forth. And partly enabled because their platform being mRNA is so essentially basically a software platform to start with. Moderna is kind of like an Ant Financial of biotech, right? So with lots of different applications, by the way, that go outside COVID vaccines to a whole variety of different kinds of vaccinations to all kinds of different therapeutics and so forth. Very different approach to a very traditional field, again, colliding in many ways with very traditional ways of doing this. And we're seeing this in action with incredible output. I mean, you see, this vaccine was produced in 25 days, which is like an insanely short amount of time. It was essentially a variant on existing things. It's essentially a vaccination technology platform and therapeutics technology platform that just spun out one additional application that ended up being incredibly important.